Hello and welcome to Creating Cards with Alexandra. I'm Alexandra, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday if you reside in the U.S. and are now getting ready for Christmas. Today we're going to be making a card using this DSP. This is from the One Horse Open Sleigh. This is an online exclusive 6x6 paper pack. It is still available. And a lot of times we have this paper that maybe has images on here and we don't really know how to use it. So today we're going to go ahead and use it with a certain technique that I'm going to show you, but we need to cut it a certain way. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have my paper trimmer here, and we're going to start by taking 3/4 of an inch off. Again, this is a 6x6 paper pad, so we need to make this so it will fit our card front. So there we go. I took off 3/4 of an inch. And then on this paper, I turned it upside down and I took it to the 5-inch mark on my trimmer. And I went ahead and took that off. And then I turned it around and I put it at the 4-inch mark. So this paper is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so then this is what we're left with. And then this is actually kind of a spotlight technique. You can use any type of nesting die with this technique. I actually have some dies. I believe these were in last year's catalog, but they're just the square nesting dies, and this had the stitching on it. So we do have another set this year. I just didn't buy them because I have so many dies that are very similar. I'm sure you do too. You could use rectangles for this. You could use a circle for this. But basically what we're going to do is we want to highlight this deer. So we're going to cut it out, but we need to create a frame. And you create a frame by taking 2 of your nesting dies and you put them together, and we're going to run this through at one time, but there's a little bit of a gap in there, and that will create a frame. So I actually just took a piece of washi tape and put that on here to keep it together, and then we'll run that through once we get it on our paper. And I am not good at eyeing things up and keeping it straight. So I have a T-ruler here, and I actually just took a little pencil kind of figured out where I want this to sit, and lightly I just drew a line. So now I know that when I put this on the die cutting machine, I can line up this pencil line, which you really can't see on camera, but I can see it, and I'm going to line that up so I know this is straight. The first time I did this, when it came out, it was just a little off. The frame was a little off, and I was not happy with that. All right, and I actually think I'm going to move it down even a little bit more. So I'm going to redo this. So I think I want it more like that. So I'm bringing it down a bit, probably about 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. So I'm going to put my DSP paper down. And because I have this pencil line here, which I can erase after I'm done, I can see that that's going to be straight. And I'm just going to press that down. This is just washi tape. It just has a little tack to it. And I'm going to run this through. I have my machine backwards, so Oops, I don't think I have the right sandwich. Hold on a minute. First of all, let me turn this around. Get my other piece that I need. Here it is. All right, let's try this again. Make sure it didn't move. Okay, there we go. We're good. All right, now I'm going to run it through. All right, so then this is what we're left with. Okay, so I have that. I have a little frame and then the deer. Okay, so this is just going to go all back together, but this is going to actually be popped up. So then when it's on the card, this is just going to be highlighted a bit. Okay, so if you can tell in this paper, there is some petal pink in there. So for my card base, I have a piece of petal pink. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored in the middle. And then I have a piece of, see, this is Early Espresso, and this is just an 1/8 of an inch larger, or 1/4 of an inch larger than this piece. So this is 4 1/8. So it's an 1/8 inch larger, I apologize. So this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and that will be our kind of our border. But before I put this down, I'm going to stamp on this so I don't have any mistakes. I have my Early Espresso ink. I have the Wishing You Abundant Joy and Peace sentiment from Perched in a Tree. I'm going to ink that up. And we're just going to place it right here above the deer. And pray that you have it on straight and it's not crooked. Looks good. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and adhere this onto our Early Espresso. All right, and I'm going to put it on my petal pink. Already it looks beautiful. Okay, and then I'm going to actually put these together like a puzzle piece just to get the placement of my deer. All right, and you'll feel it. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this little deer down right in there. So I know I have it straight. It's just like a puzzle piece. It just fits right in there. Okay, and we're going to lift up this frame and we're going to put some of our foam adhesive strips on this. So just go around the frame. I know it's hard with this paper. You, first of all, hate to cut it up because it's so pretty. And then sometimes I just don't know what to do with it. So I like the idea. You are cutting up the paper a little bit, but you're using it, right? Instead of just having it sit on a shelf somewhere, you're actually using it. All right, so then make sure we put this on straight. Okay, so that'll go on like that. So I'll take my backing off. And see if I can get this on straight while I'm on camera. All right. So just go ahead and place that in there. Just like that. And you can see that dimension. So it's popped up a little bit, and it just really highlights that deer. And you could leave it like this, but I thought I would put a little bit of my linen thread on here, and I'll do a double bow because this is so thin. I think that double bow just adds a little more oomph to it. There's quite a few pieces of DSP in here that you could do this technique with. Not only this paper pack, but our other paper packs as well. In this holiday catalog, there's some really pretty ones as well. And like I said, you could use circle dies on this. That would be pretty, or a rectangle. I know a lot of us have, as crafters, we do have a lot of these essential items that we need to craft. And a lot of us have nesting dies. So look in your stash and see what you have. And this is, like I said, a beautiful card you can use after the holidays. You could put a sentiment, you know, thank you or thinking of you. Okay, so I will use a glue dot. It's just a mini glue dot and put on that frame in the corner there. And we'll just put it down. And that just adds a little something to that. And then for the inside, we could take some of that DSP that we cut off. You could put it on here. Actually, I'll cut this down a little bit. Maybe we'll make this about a ½ an inch. All right, and then we'll just put this on the side. And I think I'll cut this DSP to fit this piece of paper. That was 4 1/4. There we go. Or if you wanted this as a Christmas card, just go ahead and put Merry Christmas on the inside. It's so pretty. I love this paper. It's funny because I did not buy this paper right away. And now that I have it, I think I use it all the time. So there's our inside. Beautiful soft petal pink. Just that little bit of raised there to highlight that deer is just beautiful. And you could smack this with some Wink of Stella and that would look beautiful as well. So quick and easy card with such an impact. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. I am very thankful that you decided to watch my tutorial. If you would, please give me the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Also, sharing helps me grow my channel. I will list all of the items used today in the description below, which will direct you straight to my shopping page, which helps support me. So thank you so much and have a joyful day. Bye-bye.